So what makes us do something? What makes us follow through, engage, or even instinctually develop a pattern or a habit? What is that spark? What does it take for that to become a reality? I was thinking this morning, so just what I'm going to talk about, how the mind loves preparation. It loves the process of thinking about something, whether it's a vacation, a purchase, so we'll research it, we'll buy what we need, we'll make sure that we have enough time, we'll schedule out where we're stopping along the way. All the intermediaries are kind of taken care of. What we're going to eat, how much we're going to eat, where we'll dine, all those factors. We love the process of preparing to have an experience. Yet, because it fuels the mind's desire, right? The mind loves that. It loves step by step gaining all this knowledge before having the experience. When what your body wants, what your soul, heart wants, is to be in the moment doing that thing. Now, if it's physical, say it's going on a canoe trip or a long bike ride, having the time to have that experience. Say you have a free day, or a weekend where you're going to ride your mountain bike, you're going to go to a cool place, camp, or you're going to trail run, or you're going to go to the beach, camp on the beach with some friends, cook out, whatever. The more spontaneous that can be, the more rewarding it's going to be. Okay, you remove the mind from it, right? So the mind wants to make sure the weather's perfect, wants to make sure all of these things kind of are lining up to give you an optimal experience. When if you just say, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm going to do it, and the enjoyment of the experience comes in all those unknowns, it satisfies you deeply to the soul. Plus, it makes experiences, it makes micro adventures, things you do locally, maybe within a 10-20 mile radius of your home base, makes those more accessible too. You see some spontaneity. You may see points in your day and weeks where you can be spontaneous, where you can have a micro adventure, where you can sneak in a 4-hour bike ride, on a Wednesday night or something. You've got the ability, because you've done some of those things before, to do it, right? So initially it's hard because you want to plan it all out. You think you don't have some piece of equipment or the right lights for your bike in case it gets dark, all those things, which, yeah, there is solutions out there, and the solutions are at our fingertips with these phones. But those phones and all those solutions are just flooding you with more knowledge. Knowledge can be a barrier to action, right? Preparation is good, but preparation also comes from experience, from actually doing the thing and getting competent at the thing, at saying yes. This can even be seen as, what is how do we get the ball rolling in the morning? So I'm a coffee drinker. When that caffeine hits me, I feel warmth on my skin, okay? And I feel some kind of excitement in my brain, because there's two things that are going to happen next if it's not a busy work morning, okay? I'm going to journal. I'm going to get the thoughts out of my head, some of the things that I've been thinking of or that I woke up with on my mind. I'm going to read and then journal. Because usually when I read something, a good essay or something provocative, I start to think how my life or my experiences maybe parallel that or can relate to what I'm learning. Whether it's about other people or it's about a thing or an adventure or whatnot. So those are two possibilities. And the third one is movement, okay? How am I going to move my body? Where am I going to go? And as long as I know that as long as I know that I have a desire for those things, they're going to happen, right? The longer I wait, the more I stir, okay? And the more the mind assesses everything. Well, what's the weather? What's the temperature? Well, you need to wear this. You want to listen to music or not? During say it's a run or ride or something. Do you want to drive to that place to do that thing? Oh, I don't want to drive. So you see a pattern of, by delaying the decision, okay, you think about the decision more and more and more. By just doing it, actualizing it, you just make it happen, okay? And then you realize once you're doing the thing that you can handle A, being a little cold, B, being a little wet, C, not having the perfect socks on, whatever, or maybe not having enough calories in your system. None of that stuff really matters when you're actually doing the thing, because the organism will adapt to the action you've taken. Okay, it's going to adapt. Survival is always the number one thing, and it's instinctual. All right. Also, over time, you'll realize you can do the thing in whatever scenario and situation you find yourself in. Okay, whether that is running trails in jeans, if you got proper footwear, it doesn't matter. Whether it's getting on your paddleboard in a pair of cargo shorts, why? Because you've got really solid balance. You're not worried about falling in. Okay, you're focused on the activity. Those things that are perceived barriers to people, they really do stop action from happening. So I encourage everyone to be more spontaneous, to do things with disregard for how you will look or appear to others and the judgment that may follow. Because really, somebody may think you're a little goofy or wonder why, but they'll also envy your confidence for making something happen, deep down. So again, I think a lot of it, people think, well, why is that person doing that thing in that way? Why are they acting like they don't care? And, you'll know, because you're following your heart, you're satisfying your heart and soul and your body, that none of those things matter. What matters is the action in responding to a desire, okay? So limit the preparation, limit the time spent in your mind, in your head. Place that time instead in making activities happen, okay? Using those little windows of time, using that free space, creating more free space for you to be creative and really connect with your surroundings, connect with nature, connect with the layout of your city. Just understand it all. But what you got to do is you got to get out and explore, okay? You don't need Instagram. You don't need your smartphone with you. You don't need any of that stuff. You do not need to be connected and validated. You just need the will to get out and do it. Have fun.